Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome back to day 14. And today we will be looking at two games I played yesterday, and one game I drew, the other game I ended up losing. But as you see, this guy was a cheater and got banned not too long after the game. So he played 97.1, I played with 76.8. Starting off, we get a Sicilian, and you all know that I like the Mangrini. If you've been watching this channel, I played this move a good amount. And the thing about the Mangrini is, whenever they go for the accepting line, whenever they accept the gambit, I have an extremely good win rate. Like, I probably win, I'm just totally guessing here, but probably like 70 to 80% of games here. But when they don't accept, which is what happened in this game, I find myself having a little bit more trouble. That gives me something to work on because I can look to learn a little bit more about some of these non-accepting variations because sometimes I find myself in a weird spot and I end up kind of getting blown off the board early on because I don't really know what the heck I'm doing. So, anyways, he played d6, ignoring my gambit, and then knight to f6, and then knight to c3, a6, bishop to c4, controlling this square. And everything's normal so far, nothing too out of the ordinary. And then bishop to b7, and d3 was my first slip up. They want me to capture, and maybe like prepare like a d4 push. I guess we can get this, and I guess we hang that, but apparently it's fine. Oh, because we have that. But okay, so that didn't happen in the game. What happened was, again, d3, my first slight inaccuracy. He took, I took back, and then e6, and my first blunder of the game, e3, bishop to e3. And the reason why this is a blunder is because d5, and now he is threatening pawn to d4, and he also opens up his bishop to b4. So I'm in a world of hurt right now. This is big time trouble. So I took, he took back, and then queen to d2. I didn't really know what to do here. I mean, I was already kind of figuring that my position was pretty whack. I probably should have gone bishop to d2. I don't really know why I didn't, because that gets rid of this potential fork threat, and my queen's also not going to be pinned. So queen to d2, absolutely atrocious move. I have no clue why I even played that, but looking back, now I know not to do that. And, I mean, the pressure on here is just too much. I can't really do anything. And I ended up taking the pawn. I played queen h6. I mean, this game is over. I played so bad, and he sacrificed his rook, and I wasn't even suspicious of him cheating this game. The reasoning being, I played this game so poorly. By the way, if I take, he gets this. I actually saw this move. But anyways, I played this game so absolutely poorly that I didn't really think he was a cheater. I did think he was playing relatively fast, especially for some of the moves he was finding. But, I mean, again, I wasn't going to, ban him because I wasn't like, oh, yeah, I'm totally playing a cheater just because of how bad I played. And he ended up getting this, and absolutely game over. I ended up just resigning. But, again, this guy was a cheater, so I got my rating points back. But still, not a good game. I mean, even if I didn't play a cheater in that game, I still would have lost. So, this game was also pretty crazy. I ended up drawing, which was pretty unfortunate because I was winning, but I tried out a new opening, and it was really good. I got an excellent position. So, I got the Scotch. I love playing this, but I have explored a new variation after queen to f6, the classical, and instead of playing c3, I played knight to b5. This is an absolute ridiculous move. It says it's a book move, but like black, the engine doesn't like it. Point 8 towards black, and just look at this position. This pawn is now hanging. We are threatening a fork. He can capture our bishop and double up the pawns. Absolute pandemonium in this opening. And the thing is, even though it's better for black by a good portion, white wins so many of these games here, and black really only has one way to neutralize the game. So he took the best move. I captured back, and you might think that the queen can just capture here, and this is just trouble for me. But it's not, because after knight to c3, we are threatening to trap the queen after rook to b1. The difference is, black's queen in this situation typically can run to b6 at least. But because our knight is blocking that square and also covering this, it allows the queen to have no escape. So the knights work excellently together here. So that is why taking there does not work. That didn't happen in the game, though. He dropped his queen back to d8. The move here is to check. This is the line that holds black's advantage. But even then, there's still a lot of traps here and a lot of attacking opportunities for us. But yeah, we saw queen to d8. Not exactly a great move, because we can play queen to g4, just developing while attacking. This is why I love openings like this so much. You can just relentlessly attack, and it's going to be hard for black to hold, because, I mean, who doesn't want to play attacking chess? It's just more fun that way. Also, I saw this opening by Will Taylor Chess. Shout out to him. Check out his channel. He is amazing. He is super great at attacking chess. That's how I saw this opening. So, anyways, back to the game. He pushed up to g6, another inaccuracy. The move is king to f8. That is a wild move. I don't know who would find that unless they have studied Blumenfeld Scotch theory, which, spoiler alert, no one probably has. So, I mean, g6, that's probably what I would have played too in this position. And now, queen to f4, another quiet queen move. I'm moving the same piece twice, but it doesn't matter, because I'm creating another threat on the c-pawn, another fork threat. I'm also eyeing this f7 pawn, and as you see in the game, this will turn out to be a major weakness for black. So we found the good move of d6. And already, straight off the gate, too, I'm also up 3 minutes. So that is the benefit of playing openings like this, because you often make your opponent spend so much time thinking, and they just get down on the clock. So, bishop to c4, creating a checkmate threat on f7. We saw queen to e7, a mistake. The best move was knight to e5. I saw this in-game, and I was kind of like, what exactly am I going to do here? And then I realized that I can play the move castle, which is absolutely ridiculous. Brilliant move. Since when do you see castling as a brilliant move? The reason why is because this knight is overloaded. If the knight takes the bishop, you have to remember that the knight was covering f7 and preventing checkmate, and now we just get a checkmate there. If, the knight can't move, and this pawn is attacked 3 times, and this is just a lot of trouble and so much pressure. Sure, black can hold here, but, I don't know anyone who wants to play as black in that position. So, he didn't find it, though. And queen to e7, another mistake. And now, all of a sudden, I'm up 1.8 on the eval bar. So this game has taken a full swing just because of how devastating my attack is. It's not like I got him in some, trick, or I didn't, play a trap on him. I just simply developed my pieces. And this opening allows for so many attacking possibilities that I've now found myself of 1.8 off somewhat reasonable moves that black has played. So I did have a miss. I spent 4 minutes here, and time was not well spent because I didn't even find the correct move. I played knight to c3. The idea of getting into d5, hitting the queen, and also threatening this c-pawn twice, which would have resulted in a fork, but castling kingside was much better because, again, I am castling, and that adds yet another threat to the pawn. But I missed it and played knight to c3. I'm still doing fine. Black still is going to have a hard time holding. But bishop to e6, my opponent did an excellent job of defending this game, I must say. He did a really good job. And now knight to d5, that was my plan, to hit the queen, hit this pawn twice. And now, with that inaccuracy, the advantage has completely gone away. I just threw it out the window. But again, this is with perfect play, though. I still have the attacking edge. So he took, and then I took back on d5. Knight out, which was a blunder, because find the move. Well, actually, never mind, it says it. But this is a very nice move because, once again, the queen is overloaded defending the knight. And now I found the move, knight to c7 check, and then this threatens a fork, so the queen has to take, and now I can capture the knight. So I'm up a pawn, my queen is active, and this is looking good for me. And then rook to f8, of course, I castled, adding another threat, but I mean, this pawn's defended so well. I would say in this position, my attack has dwindled down a good amount, but I won a pawn in the process, and I mean, my pieces are so much more active than his. So rook to d1, I figured I could get active and maybe, like after I take, apply a lot of pressure here. Wrong idea, though, because after I capture, now I can play rook to d1, and this is just a lot of pressure. I mean, if he takes, he can't hold that way, but he can hold this way, but I mean, this is just so good for us. Okay, so now rook to d1. Again, like I said, a mistake he took, and I am winning, but not by too much. 0.7, winning, but I still have to play accurately to close the game out. I went rook to d2, aligning my rooks, doubling them up, common idea. I took down, and then I went c4. The game is back at even. I've thrown it away once again. The reason why I played c4 was d5 push. That looks kind of scary a little bit. I mean, I can hold, but I just really liked clamping down. And then king to e6, another mistake. And that allowed me to push up to c5. He can't take because now we capture and win the rook because it releases this rook is attacked too much if the pawn were to take. He pushed, and then I took, and now I have a passed pawn. So if only I don't play like a dummy and get this pawn up the board, I'll win the game. Easier said than done, though. f5, rook to c1, and then he doubled up the rooks on that file. But I played a3, another mistake. My advantage is still pretty clear, but playing a4 was better because, I mean, it's just a lot more aggressive. I can set up b5. I mean, I can even go a5. I mean, as soon as I get double connected passed pawns, it's pretty much game over because that is extremely hard to deal with. You can shut down one passed pawn, but shutting down two connected passed pawns is going to be extremely hard. h3, I don't know why I played it. I mean, I just played kind of a waiting move. And, I mean, at this moment, we were both getting really low on time. And this is the first time I've played the Blumenfeld Scotch. So he pushed, trying to disrupt this pawn chain. Rook to b2 was the move. I didn't find it, of course. Rook to d1, and then rook to d8. I pushed up, main reason being, after takes, I figured that I could get an e4 push and put a lot of pressure on this pawn. But unfortunately, not everything goes your way, so he took, and then, oh, he did take, never mind. I take that back, I forgot he took. So, rook to b7, rook b1, another mistake. Clearly, I don't want to win this game. Rook to b8, rook to b2. I have to hold on to this pawn. If I lose it, well, then my advantage has just gone away completely. And then rook to b5, and at this moment, I realized, like, oh, shoot, like, these pawns are kind of on lockdown. I don't know what I'm really going to do. Like, I can't really do that much. So I just decided to get my king in, and then king to e5, another mistake. And again, we were both so low in time, so there is a reason that we were all playing so bad. And then king to e2, and then king to e4, another mistake. And I thought I had a good idea of playing rook to f1, but find the move. It's a total blunder because it just gives the game away to a draw. I thought if he took, I could get rook to f4 check and win the rook, but he had the very nice tactic of taking on c5, because after I checked, and then after if I were to capture, he can just take my rook, and that's just unfortunate. But great find by him. And then rook to b5, and there's just not really much I could do. I thought I was going to win this pawn, but it turns out I wasn't, because he would just win my b-pawn right back, and this game just ended out in a draw. Pretty unfortunate in a way, but, I mean, I'm happy with how I played in the opening, got a really good attack, and he was also a 1700. So that just proves how powerful the Blumenfeld Scotch is against 1700 rated players and really anyone. So, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully I can get a win in the next video, and I'll see you all next time. Have a great day, like and sub for more content.